guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna be talking about how I found out I was pregnant and how I told my mom. And also while I'm doing that, I'm gonna be packing because I'm gonna be moving next week. When I found out I was pregnant, I think I had already been having the feeling that I was pregnant about 2 weeks. No, maybe a week. I don't even remember. It's been so long, but the first person that I told I had a feeling that I was pregnant was my brother and my sister. We were just in my room and I was like, guys, like something's wrong with me. My stomach hurts. I don't know what's wrong. And I've never been sick, and I've also never had stomach aches. Well, I do, but they're just maybe I ate too much, or that's it. Basically, that's it. I never get stomach aches or anything. So that day, it had already been happening a few days where I would just feel sick, or I would just not feel like myself. And I wasn't throwing up or anything yet. I wasn't feeling dizzy. I don't know, it was weird. I just felt off. I didn't feel like myself. And I noticed that was different because like I said, I'm always very energetic, or I'm always doing something, but I didn't feel like doing anything. And well, I had told my siblings, I was like something's wrong, let's go out, I need to go get a laxative or something because I think it's my stomach. And my brother was like, you're pregnant. And then my sister was like, yeah, I think you're pregnant. And I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. I'm not. I can't be. And I found my brush. But yeah, and then I was like, oh, well, I need to find out. And my brother was like, what are you gonna do if you're pregnant? And I was like, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Of course, I'm gonna keep the baby, But I remember that day we went to Target and we went to go buy the laxative, the pregnancy test, and I bought something else. I don't remember what I bought, but I bought something else. I'm a little helper here helping me take out everything that I'm putting in the box. But anyways, I remember that we went and I got what I needed, and then I was like, oh well, more than likely it's the laxative or whatever. Say hi. Hi. Say hi. No. Yeah, it's mommy's. Yeah. ¿Qué dice ahí? Léame aquí. ¿Qué dice? ¿Qué dice aquí? It's not candy, puppy. He thinks it's candy, but anyways, I remember that we went back home and we were talking. My brother was like, are you gonna take the test now? And I was like, no, I've always heard that it's best to take the test in the morning. So I was like, I'll take it tomorrow. And I think it was the 19th of January. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But anyways, we were talking about it, and then my sister was like, I don't know. One of them asked me, I don't really remember, but they were like, how are you gonna tell mom? And I was like, I don't know, but I can't really hide it from her. I have to tell her. And well, yeah, and then after that, my brother was like, okay, well, make sure you take it. And I was like, oh yeah, I will take it. And I don't remember what we talked about that day, but I know he was just asking oh shit, what? Say bye. Say bye. But like I was saying, yeah, so I found out Well, no, that night I went to sleep and I was like I'm not pregnant. It's just my stomach. Well, I do remember we talked about it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go take the laxative right now. But then I was like, oh, I'm not gonna take it because I won't be shitting the whole night. Yes, what happened? But yeah, I didn't take the laxative, and I went to sleep that day. And then the next day, woke up that day and I grabbed the test and I went to the restroom. I sat down, you know, I peed on them, and the next thing I know, that shit just changed and it was like positive, and I was like, oh fuck, what do I do now? Because like my husband wasn't there, like he wasn't there. He had just left to boot camp. It was just me, and I didn't know how to react. I didn't know what to do. Like I just stayed quiet, and I was like, oh well, like now I gotta go tell my mom because like she's the only one, like. And the first thing I thought about was like, oh, I need to tell my mom, like she's supposed to be my support, like she's gonna support me on this, you know. But that day I had class because I had just decided to like actually start college. So I was doing my first semester, and that's when I found out I was pregnant. I was in class, and I didn't have any symptoms at all. But as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I just felt sick. And I remember that day I had class, and I started feeling sick on my math class, like my Algebra 1 class. I was just like, fuck, like I need to go throw up. And I just kept getting up, and every time I go to the restroom, I'd be like, I need to go tell my mom. Like I need to walk in there and go tell her. I was like, grow some balls and go tell your mom that she's gonna have a grandkid. But I didn't know how to tell my mom. Like I thought she was gonna be mad at me, which I don't know how she felt. But she was very supportive. So I remember getting up about almost 10 times. Like I would just walk out my room and be like, okay, I'm gonna tell her. Like I'm just gonna walk in and I'm gonna go sit on her bed and I'm gonna be like, I'm pregnant. Or like, guess what? Or like I didn't know how to tell her. Basically, I didn't know how to come up with a sentence to tell my mom that I was pregnant. What are you doing? But yeah, like I was saying, I walked in there like when I actually grew my the balls to get up and go tell my mom. I just walked in there and I blinked out, and I was like, how was I supposed to tell her? How was I gonna tell her? And I just sit on her bed and she's just looking at me like smiling, and I'm like, Mom, I'm pregnant. And then she just smiled, like she got up, she smiled, she was like, ya sabía, mami. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, I don't know if I had a dream about it or if I heard you talking with your siblings about it, but like I already knew you were pregnant. She was like, I didn't even go to sleep, because she usually would wake up and then she would go to sleep again. But that day she didn't go to sleep, she was just awake. And I should have known. I should have known she knew. But she was like, oh, I was waiting for you to come in here and tell me. And I was like, well, I was trying to see how to tell you. I didn't know how to tell you that I was pregnant. And basically I told my mom. And yeah, like that was basically it. I told my brother, like, because he had been texting me, he was like, what did the test say? Did you take it already? And I was like, it says it's positive, like, you know, I'm pregnant. And then he was like, what? And then he stopped texting, and then I answered him. I was like, yeah, it says I'm pregnant. And that's when he texted me back. He was like, what are you gonna do? Like, you can't be pregnant. And I was like, I know, like, yeah, but like, what am I supposed to do? And then he was like, are you gonna keep the baby? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep the baby. What the fuck? And he was like, I mean, you can always, you know, have an abortion. And I was like, no, like, I'm gonna keep the baby. Like, this is my baby, you know? I didn't know what to do because I didn't even know how to tell his mom since he wasn't here. I was like, I have to tell his family, you know? But I didn't know how to tell his mom. So, like, I had already told basically my whole family. And then that's when I was like, dude, like, I gotta call his mom and I gotta tell her. And I called her, and I just remember that I was like I got on the phone with her and I said hi to her. I was like, ¿Cómo está? Whatever. And then when she asked me, ¿Cómo está usted? I was like, I'm pregnant. And then that's when she was like, she just started screaming. Like, she just blinked out and she started screaming. She was so happy about it. And then his siblings, they came out the room. They were like, "Mom, what's wrong?" And then she was like, "Oh, like, Lindsay's having a baby." So basically, everyone was happy about it. I was happy. But the thing is, my husband didn't know. There was no way of me telling him. He was in boot camp. There was no communication. Like, I couldn't tell him anything at all. And when he finally called, the first time he called, I couldn't tell him. So I kept it a secret for about like 4 months. I think it was 4 months. He didn't know for like 4 months, which he hates me for it. And he took it out on his family, which was unfair. But like, I asked him not to tell him anything. The reason I told him not to tell him anything was because I knew that if he knew, like, he was gonna go crazy over there, and he was alone. Like, I didn't know his thoughts about having a kid either way. Like, we talked about having kids, but we never thought we were gonna have a kid at the time we did. So yeah, like, yeah, so there was no way of me telling my husband that I was pregnant. And then the moment I decided to tell him, it was when we were trying to get fruit, and I was in the middle of like trying to order, and then he called, and I was like, "Hi, baby," and then he was like, "Hey, babe, how are you?" You know, I was excited to hear his voice because I didn't really get to hear his voice that much. And then I just started crying. Like, I was just in my feelings, so I just started crying, and he was like, "What's wrong?" And I was just like, "I'm pregnant." And then at first he thought I was playing because I would always joke around about everything. So he was like, "They stopped playing," and I was like, I'm not playing, babe, like, I'm pregnant." And then he was like, "Are you being serious?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant." And I just know he stayed quiet. Like, I don't know how he felt at the moment whenever he found out I was pregnant, but he was just like, I guess he didn't know what to say, because he was just like, "Okay, babe," like, you know. And then he stayed quiet, and that was basically it. Like, when I told him, I don't know how he felt. I'll probably ask him to talk about how he felt. I'm not sure if he's gonna want to do it, but yeah. Okay, guys, so I got my husband to tell me how he felt when he found out, or when I told him over the phone that we were having a kid. So, how did you feel, baby?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a tiny bit of a backstory. So when I found out, it was when I was in boot camp, and it was like, so in boot camp they only give us like, I think, 3 or 4 calls, so we can call back and tell our families and stuff that we're alive. And I think this was my second call. I called the NC, and she said she wanted to tell me something. And bear in mind that when it's not just me in the little room with a phone, it's like me and like all the people I'm in boot camp with, and my RDC or my instructors, and they're just like there. And I can't be loud. I can't be like any of that, you know. So here I am just talking to her, and she's like, "I have something to tell you." And I was like, "What's up?" And she's like, "I'm pregnant." And at first I thought she was joking. I was like, "No, stop playing. That's not a good thing to play around right now. I can't see you, and I can't, you know, it's not a good thing to play around." And then she was like, "Well, I'm being serious, and I took like 4 tests and it came out positive." Are you serious?
It took 2.
Took 2. I was like, "You're serious? Serious?" She's like, "Yes, I'm serious." I'm pregnant. And at first, it just hit me like a flow of emotion. I was like, dang. It's like, oh shit. I didn't know how to react at first. And then I got happy and I was like, yes, I'm gonna be a dad. I was happy.
Liar.
I was scared. I was more scared than happy, but I was happy. It's like part of me regret joining the military, but you know, at the same time, it was kind of good that I did because now I had something so I can provide for them too. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That was basically it. Like, it just happened when I least expected it to happen. But yeah, now I have a kid. He's about to be 2. September. Time goes by fast and they grow really fast. So enjoy your kids if you have kids. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. See you on the next one.